Hi everybody. I am going to record this, although I don't know if it'll turn out to be anything. But if it does turn out to be something, I want to have the beginning process started. So this is Saturday. I hope everybody's having a good day. I have been productive so far with one large nap, but otherwise productive. I did errands this morning, grocery store, post office, bank to pay the mortgage, the tractor store. At the tractor store, I had to buy a lot of the dog stuff. That puppy chews up everything. So the puppy chewed up leashes and his collars. And so I bought replacement leashes and collars, and then one of those tie-out ties, ropes, and it's not a rope. It's got metal on the inside, and then it's wrapped in plastic or rubber or whatever. Dylan and Willie can come out here. When I get home from work, first thing I do is put the dogs out. And I put Willie and Dylan both on a horse lunge line. So that's a rope that's about, 20 feet long, give or take, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that one's clear down there on the garden fence, and I'm at the front door. So that's at least 20 feet. So I put them on those, and that works out fine because I can run in the house and quick, go to the bathroom or change my shoes so I can go out and check the chickens, all that, and the dogs are out on the line. Well, putting the puppy out on his regular little leash and collar, he can chew through those like not long at all. And then he runs. And then I'm scared he's going to get up to the road and chase an ATV or a truck or something. So it's just like, anyway. So I got him one of those tie lines to come out here for times that I just get off of work and they all need to go to the bathroom exactly the same time because I can't let any of them run. Dylan, I don't know. Anyway, I just can't let any of them run. I don't think it's responsible to just let them run. And Willie would come back, but after he chased a deer across 4 different properties, so I can't have that. Anyway, so I did all those errands this morning, came home and puttered around. I did something else. Then I took a nap, and then I'm so proud of myself. I got the camlock end. Let's see if I can show you. So I was so happy that Warren helped me get these camlocks on this drainage hose so I could fill my IBC tote more quickly because this 2-inch hose fills much faster than the garden hose. And I knew that it wouldn't work well under pressure. It's supposed to be just a discharge hose, not under pressure. But I thought if my IBC tote is all open, there's not really pressure, right? Well, I was wrong. And besides that, riding around in the back of the truck, it got these little worn spots. And so it started to leak. Different spots, little tiny leaks. But I thought one day I'm going to be down there with people watching and it's just going to explode. So I took the male part off the end of this to put it on the big green hose that's fortified. But that big green hose was so stiff I could not get that in there. And I thought I was going to have to wait for help. But then I realized I soaked the end of the green hose in hot water, and I had heated up the end of the male fitting, the cam lock. The ends are pretty long down in here. And so I heated that up, and then it just slid right in. So I'm very proud of myself. So that's what this looks like. Now, I didn't want to carry this hose around because it's, oh man, 16 foot long. It's pretty long and it's heavy and it's like I can't bend it really. And so I didn't want to have to mess with this one in the back of the truck all the time. Although it would be easier because it hooks to their water pump and it hooks to my IBC tote and then it goes right into the cistern when I get home. So that part's easier. but actually picking up the weight of this and putting it in the truck, I kind of dread that. But this is done, except for I have to get these more closer to the end and then tightened. Although this one, I don't think it's going to slide. I couldn't get that. This one was trimmed off enough that it didn't have much of an end. So I'll probably take that one off and put a new one on. So all I have to do is tighten these. I got it all the way up to the base. Well, it's not cut completely straight. I got it all the way up to the base, and as soon as I get these tightened, that's good to go. I'm very proud of myself for doing that, because that was a muscle workout for me. So then, while I have some energy, yes, I have my little apron on. It's a little Etsy apron. It reminds me of I'm gonna say Mexicans, and I'll probably get some feedback, but the Mexicans I know are very proud of being Mexican, so I say Mexican rather than Latina. But the Mexican grandmas wore these little aprons, and I loved them so much. So I've been trying to get in a habit of wearing aprons, and I'm not very good at remembering to do that, so I don't splatter stuff all over me. So the project that I wanted to show you, in case it works out, I told you that when I went to the Frog River, oh my gosh, if you like frogs, I hope you go back and see that video where I'm at the river. I can't believe I saw frogs croaking and the bubble coming out of their neck, and them dating, and it was just like unreal. That was a good day. That was a really fun day. But I went down there to get a river rock, because I've been watching people who make and sell at a pretty good price. They get rocks, and then they use an angle grinder. I'm finally remembering to call it the right thing. And they just make hatch marks on the top of the rock, and then they chisel them out. They're just little square pieces, like a grid paper, whatever. And then they just chisel them out, and all of a sudden they have a little bird bath. And so I want to try that. And Warren brought a angle grinder for me. I called it the wrong thing for so long. I hope that's the right name. Who knows? And he brought one of those for me. And since I feel a little perky today, I want to wash the spongy stuff off this rock so I can see like what color it is, and start thinking about, it's oddly shaped rock, and I want to start thinking about, I think I'm just going to carve out kind of in the middle, and one side will be higher than the other, and that'll be okay. But I wanted to show you the rock, and I brought soap and water out here in a scrub brush, and if it turns out to be a pretty color, I want to show you the color. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, to wash it, I'm just here on the back of my truck on the tailgate, so I'm close to the house. That's how big the rock is. And like I said, it's kind of a funny shape. It's not just a plain round or oval rock. And there's already this kind of crack here, or indentation a little bit. So I thought if I cut it like around here, this side will be higher, and there'll be like a lip there, but that'll be okay. It'll just be like a little puddle in there. So I'm gonna start soaping it up and scrubbing it up and see if it turns any pretty colors. I'm not banking on it to be a pretty color, but that would be a happy accident. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna, if there's any color, I don't think I'm gonna see any color until I crack into the rock, because this is all just kind of a crust or a skin or something. It's all the same color, kind of. I mean, it's cleaning up, but if there's any pretty sparkles or anything in there, I don't see them yet. Okay, well, stay tuned on my, I may or may not have a rock bird bath adventure. Alrighty, I'm very proud of myself. Couple things. Don't do this in super dry drought weather when you have fire alerts, because this thing throws little sparks like crazy. Definitely wear eye protection, glove protection, and I probably should have long sleeves, but the way I have it pointed, it's not throwing the sparks at me. But if I had it pointed, it's adjustable, the little shield thing. If I had the shield going the other way, I'd be raining sparks on myself. So this is the grid I've got so far. Now, it's not going to be like I imagined, because the low sides are so much lower that I don't know how deep I'll have to go to make a little puddle in there. But that's the start. I'm going to go in and get my chisel and my hammer and see if I click any of those out of there, if I got it deep enough to chisel any out yet. Okay, the chickens have to come over here because the electric power tool stopped. And so here they are. Where'd the little piece go? I don't know. Oh, here it is. I took one chisel and it popped out so easy that I wanted to try to show you. You're going to think I have snacks. This is not a snack. It's not a snack. Look. It's not. It's a rock. Okay. Get back, you guys. So I wanted to see if I could catch. If this is something that feels easy to me, don't peck at the camera. No, no. If this is something I can pop off here, you guys, this is like, this part's going to be not bad, I think. So I got, whoops, wrong one. Okay, who stole my chisel? There it is. I got these when I was fossil hunting, in case I needed them, and I never really used them very much at all. So I already have these, and you just, after you get your little grid, your little tic-tac-toe thing, you just put it in there, and look, just like that, it popped out. Now, it's going to move at a glacial pace doing that, and then you got these little, you know, it's not smooth in here, so you're going to run the grinder over that if you want it smoother. But you don't want it like polished super smooth. So yeah, this is exciting. Just like that, they pop right up. This one I didn't get very deep, so maybe that one's not going to pop out. Maybe for me I need to make smaller little squares, because my grip and my strength isn't very good. So see, like that one, right out. Maybe they have a, what does material have that if you go one way, or steaks when you cut steaks with the grain and against the grain? Maybe rocks are the same way. Maybe they chisel out easier one direction. Look, popped right out. These I'm going to cut more because I left those a little longer. And these I probably need to make a little deeper. But that's what I have so far. So what people who do this do, they get it cleaned out and then they cut down more little grids until they have enough for a little puddle. This is exciting. This is exciting. I don't know how the shape of this rock is going to turn out, because I didn't realize if you have one side so much lower than the other side, this side's going to have to be really deep to make it so it holds water on that side. But this is good practice. Exciting practice. Oh man. Hats off to people who do stone sculptures with chisels and etc. And before, when people did them before power tools, oh my gosh. It's much easier than I thought to click these little bits out of here, but doing it with precision, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I've had a productive day today. I'm calling it a night, but I want to get this right. Wait. I still have a little bit of water. I'm going to rinse that out. So that's what I've got so far. It's not going to look any different than it does. See, all the water is going to, I have to keep going way deeper here because all the water so far is just running off that edge. But it's practice. It's confidence building. I am not scared of the grinder. I'm careful. I'm extremely cautious because Warren's right. It wants to get away from you. Extremely cautious, but it's not going to be a very big bird bath. But hopefully I can get it so it holds some water in this end. Maybe this end will be for the bumblebees. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming along while I ramble and do weird things. See ya.